Yeah, we recently had an opportunity to sit down with John and Jane Crosbie about their time at Government House. And as expected, John Crosbie answered all our questions with his usual wit and wisdom. And wait to hear what he says about Newfoundland place names.
We've taken some of the more funnier moments and packaged them together in a collection we like to call Candid Crosbie. Take a look.
The thing about being Lieutenant Governor, and his wife, of course, is that you're welcome everywhere, you know, because they think you're Lieutenant Governor, you're representing the Queen, you're somebody. They don't realize or care about the fact you have no real power or authority. We even got a ticket once going along in our limousine, which has got a crown on it, you know, hasn't got an ordinary license plate, it has a crown on it. And we went from out to Trans-Canada and turned down the Gambo, and the speed limit suddenly changed from the main highway, which is 100 kilometers an hour, to 40. And the next thing, the siren goes, an RCMP fellow pulls you over and tells you you're speeding. And
well, first we thought he was coming to escort us in.
yeah, that's right. We heard his siren and we thought, isn't that nice? Now they're giving us an escort. And he pulled us over to give us a ticket. They don't let the Lieutenant Governor drive because it's too risky. You can't risk the Lieutenant Governor being picked up for impaired driving or some irregularity like that.
And this was an ADC who had never had a ticket in his life either before.
And then the driver got a ticket, and I think he paid it.
He did,
Yeah.
yeah, he did.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't offer to share it, but... No, it's not Hibbs Hole any longer. It's been sanitized. It's called Hibbs Cove. And I'm outraged, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with the name Hibbs Hole, but somebody thought it sounded vulgar. As you know, I'm sure people know, a hole is an entrance into a small cove. So that's where the name hole comes from. I mean, another thing that annoys me, of course, greatly is dildo. And the sort of terror about using the name dildo. Well, you look up the dictionary of Newfoundland English, and you'll see that what's a dildo? A dildo is the two wooden pegs you put down in the oarlocks to put the oars between so you can row. You know, it's not the more modern device. We've got our own place names, and I'm very much against changing them because somebody thinks they're improper. I don't know, if I can find out who authorizes this kind of nonsense, I'll certainly do my best to put an end to it. Today, you can go anywhere in rural Newfoundland and find a decent place to sleep overnight or to get food and so on. Now, you had to put up with the fact that when you ask, where is such and such a place, they always tell you now it's just around the corner, or it's a few hundred yards, or it's 500 yards. And then you're trying to go along in your car for about 20 minutes or a half hour, and you still haven't found the place. This is where the old saying that it's a bayman's mile, right? If you ask for directions, they'll always tell you, oh, it's only a mile away, and you discover there's 10 miles. Well, we're both 82. Jane was 82 on January 15th. I married an older woman. I was 82 on January...
And I robbed the cradle.
And I was 82 on January 30th. So we're both 82, right? And we're in good health, and we're very lucky. So what I'm going to do is look for something. I'm not going to do nothing, because I think when you retire, you do nothing. You're on the way out. And Jane, she'll continue keeping me in order and trying to prevent me from making blunders and being too blunt or going, overboard in any particular direction. Won't you?
Right on.
One of the interesting things we did early on was this artist down in Water Street had done a carving of Mr. Smallwood, Joey, and sitting on a chair, and on the back of this chair she had letters that Joey had received in 1949 when he first became premier,
yeah, really
looking for jobs and so on. And it's a great, you can tell instantly who it is. So my son Chess had came across this, and he bought it. We brought it down here and put it up at the end of the hall here, so anyone coming down the hall in Government House could see Joe in the distance. So I said, you know, my point in doing that was that we wanted to make Liberals feel comfortable when they came in here. And also I like to sit on Joey every now and then.
I would say when the microphone is put in front of him, he can talk. He never talks to me upstairs or downstairs or anywhere we are. He's very quiet in the house. And then it just comes tumbling out.
I was more inclined to be frank and say whatever I thought or take risks, and I would get attacked for it and get into difficulty and trouble, and Jane would have to chastise me, etc., and say, you bloody fool, you know, you...
No, I didn't.
Well, yeah, okay.
He's shared his life with me, and we've had a good run at it.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
You bet.